Coronation Street troublemaker Jacob Hay could have a very interesting reason for returning to the ITV soap, and this could be a link to trickster Bernie Winter, as a long-harbored secret could come to the surface. Jacob, played by Jack Ryan, has already been seen back on Coronation Street as he is trying to redeem himself following his involvement with the drug gang who terrorized Simon Barlow, Alex Payne, last year. The troublemaker is set to make a more permanent comeback in upcoming scenes on the ITV soap as he begins a romance with Amy Barlow, Elle Mulvaney, which will raise more than a few eyebrows. However, Bernie, Jane Hazelgrove, could become unsettled by seeing him out and about as she realizes he was the child she gave up almost 20 years ago. But will she tell her loved ones about her secret? The troublesome character arrived onto the cobbles as the mother of twins Gemma Winter, Dolly Rose Campbell, and Paul Winter, Peter Ash. Bernie's relationship with them wasn't great as her actions in the past had caused her to drift away from her children, and it was a struggle for them to reconnect when she first turned up in Weatherfield. There were several years where neither of the twins spoke to their mother at all as they didn't want anything to do with her. However, this could have been the time she gave birth to a third child, which she didn't tell anyone about as she would have been an older mother. Fearing the shame and judgment she would have received, and with no family around to support her, the troublemaker could have given her baby up for adoption. This could have been Jacob, who hasn't had the best life as his adoptive parents won't have given him the attention and love he needed. As a result, he would have ended up being groomed by the drug gang he ended up being involved with, and this wouldn't have been the life his birth mother would have wanted for him. To ensure she never knew what became of her son, the troublemaker wouldn't have gone looking for him or given the authorities her contact details to give to him when he was older. Therefore, seeing him lurking on the cobbles could be heartbreaking for Bernie as old feelings come back to the surface and she begins to contemplate whether he should tell him about his past. Of course, she would have no idea what her baby would have looked like, but as she gets to speaking with him more as just another neighbor, his past could match up. Gemma and Paul would also be baffled to learn they have another sibling, and a lot of questions would be coming Bernie's way as to why she didn't tell them. As she sits down with all three of her babies for the very first time, the troublemaker could explain the heartache she went through with Jacob. His father would have been Kel Hinchley, Joseph Alessi, and she would have thought as they were older, they were in no fit state to look after a baby. With her twins also walking away from her, she would have thought her chance of being a mother was over and done with, and therefore, someone who might not have been able to have children could have given her child a better life. Knowing Kel was exposed as a child abuser in the past few years, Jacob might be pleased he never got to know his father. With the secret out and Bernie reunited with Jacob after almost 20 years, will she step up to the plate and be a mother to him, or will she fail to build a connection with her son? The actor who plays Jacob, Jack, spoke with Express.co.uk and other media about his character's return to the show and discussed his friendship with the actress who plays Bernie, Jane. Jack explained, "Jane Hazelgrove, who plays Bernie, has also been amazing. She's just proper taken me under her wing and just looked after me and given me loads of great advice. I'd love to see some Bernie and Jacob scenes." Pitching for the pair of them to have more screen time together, could a secret child twist be the perfect opportunity for the two characters to be involved in a storyline together? Talking about his comeback, after being at the center of the drug plot last year, Jack added, "This is beyond my expectations. I hope the writers won't mind me saying this, but when Jacob was first conceived, he was there to serve a purpose. He was going to come in, be horrible, cause lots of trouble and then sort of vanish into the ether. Whilst I was filming the first time, I was working really hard to find some different qualities to Jacob. I tried to show that although he was flawed, he was human as well. I really didn't expect the reaction from the fan base. It was hugely overwhelming. It was amazing, and I think that was also a big factor in why they decided to bring me back. I remember one fan tweeted me and said, 'I love to hate Jacob, he's a likable artful dodger, and that's always stayed with me.' That's a really good way to describe him. Jack added, but someone else who is very much like this is troublemaker Bernie. There are a lot of similar traits between the two characters, so it wouldn't be a far cry for them to be related in some capacity.